Good morning. It's Tuesday, January the 5th, 2021. And I'm here in Crystal Lake, Illinois, and we have a lot of snow. And we'll probably be getting colder. I think today we're actually supposed to see the sun a little bit. We've been having gray or kind of white sky days. So I hope you're doing well and continuing to practice. I'm noticing, and maybe you are too, I'm getting a little, hate to say this, a little tired of hearing everyone talk about now we're in a new year, so let's, they're not saying resolutions so much as we're in a new year, we're starting something new, and a lot of pressure to make everything suddenly be different because the calendars move forward a little bit. And it's good if that's motivating and encouraging for you, but I'm realizing I'm getting just a little bit tired of using the new year to be telling us everything's okay and we're moving forward and we're into a new phase. I'm not quite sure about a lot of those things. So I think we're in difficult stress for people. I've been very okay through most of the pandemic in terms of just feeling, not feeling a lot of stress about it. And it's difficult to even listen to the news, the bit that I do, or read articles these days, and not feel fear. And I feel safe, but I also feel that we are not out of the woods at all. We're now encountering a new variant of the COVID-19 virus, and I think we all want to be out of it and into a new year, which means a new beginning, that there might be some magical thinking going on with a lot of people. And I think that's one of the things I think we have to be careful about. So the way we handle, I think, the way we are in the world right now is probably based on how we deal with fear. And so we have to remember that no matter how much we disagree with someone's position, that however different than it is from our own, we're all reacting based on our habit patterns. And we have habit patterns about how we deal with fear, internal fear. And I guess all fear is internal, right? The fear is not on the outside, it's on the inside. So here in Illinois, and I know in Chicago, the teachers are being asked to come back and start teaching certain classes next week. And I think 40% of the teachers didn't show up yesterday in the schools. And wow, that's a big decision on all sides where they have to make a decision about this. But it seems like a difficult time to be saying, okay, kids, let's go back to school. So try to find balance wherever you can, and try to not get involved or caught up in debates or arguments with people with different viewpoints, because that's not going to help any of us. So we're watching, I know if you're aware of politics at all, everyone's watching Georgia today. So I was just thinking last night about how much money was poured into those elections, and how many people poured their own money, maybe when they couldn't quite afford it, to advance a certain position that they're very determined to keep. So we need to really remember to breathe. Every breath, the more conscious we can become of every breath we take, the more we can stay in the present moment. And the more we can be aware, too, of when we notice our breathing changing. We may not be aware of it, but there may be stress or fear or anger building up in us, and we may be able to notice it first in our breath. That's another good reason to stay mindful. And lately I've been doing the body scans for the first foundation of the 4 foundations of mindfulness, and that's for the body. And we've been doing the anatomical parts and the elements, but the very first one the Buddha taught is that observation of the breath. And that's the first thing we usually learn whenever we're being taught meditation, just to observe the body breathing and let everything calm down and be present with that. And I think that will always work if we give it a chance. And if we really want to be learning about ourselves, then we can gradually go into the other meditations that can be used at the beginning of your practice or can be used as a practice themselves. And then we keep developing those. But attending to our breath, watching our breath, and observing the body breathing and just not thinking about it, but learning how to just be with that. And that's helping us begin to see things about ourselves. And when we're doing all of that, our sense doors are open. We do close our eyes. That just helps us get a little bit less visual distraction. But we're also being aware of everything coming in through every one of our 6 sense doors. And in the Buddhist practice, we think of the mind, the thinking process of the brain, as the 6th sense. And what we begin to learn is how those senses are those are the things pulling our strings. So we begin to learn how we want to take in all of that sense, all of the things coming in through our senses. Do we want to let it disturb us or control us, or do we want to begin to be more and more aware of it and how to just be aware of the bare essence of what's coming in without loading it up with our thoughts and our opinions and distractions because of it and preferences and viewpoints about it. And so that's plenty for us to work with. So we'll be going back to just more of that when we practice together. And you can work with the body scans, whatever body scan you found that you like to do. Use body scans to help you get into that state of mindfulness. So during your day, if you find that you're getting pretty distracted with what's going on around you, you can sit with yourself, and if you have a preferable body scan to help you become more centered in the body and feel like, okay, here I am here right now, use those. But we want to sit together today and let's do mindfulness practice, that awareness of the breath, and then I'll end with my wish. And you can recite that at the end of the meditation. And if you know it just from memory, or if you have it on one of the cards or your chanting book, or you've written it down, we always want to remember that in addition to our metta practice, our loving kindness practice, we need to double down on our compassion practice. And anything, when you think about the topic of becoming a bodhisattva, that's really developing that compassion practice. And so anything that helps you work with compassion. So when we do My Wish, which is from Shantideva's writing, it's all about becoming a bodhisattva. It's all about the development of that quality of compassion. So these days, our metta practice and compassion practice really need to be rolled into one. If you can do that every day, that's very important. So let's start with a short mindfulness practice, and then we'll end with my wish. So find that position where you're comfortable and feel upright. And whatever worries and concerns you're dealing with in regards to family members becoming ill or being in situations that you're worried about, now is the time to just be with your breath. And our meditation practice is giving us the strength we need to deal with whatever comes. So we can trust that. And we can trust that more and more as we consistently practice. If you can, close your eyes. Be aware of the body breathing. Now pick that spot where you want to observe the breathing as we practice. And once you find the spot, don't flip around during the meditation. Maybe the next time you sit down you want to try a different. But we can be aware of the breath right around our nostrils as we're inhaling. Notice the sensations as the air comes into your nostrils. And you may feel a little tickling even on your upper lip and the outside skin around your nostrils. It's subtle, but you'll be aware of it. Or you might choose to notice the feeling as your belly rises with the inhale and contracts as you exhale. And I've often recommended that one because we're breathing, we're taking in naturally our body's breathing. A fuller breath, we're not forcing it, but as we allow our spine to feel uplifted, regardless of walking or sitting or lying down. Breath is so important. It's the image for this virus that we're all encircled by. So when we are aware that our body is naturally breathing, just naturally breathing a deeper breath because we've given our lungs more room to expand. We can feel it in our bellies more. Be aware of your body. Be comfortable. Feel grounded. If you're sitting in a chair, it's good to have your feet on the floor. And even as we're aware of the body breathing, there is awareness with all of our other sense organs coming in through those sense doors. Sounds through our ears, smells through our nose, taste in our mouth, touch on our skin, and seeing, even with your eyes closed, you're seeing colors. You'll see differences from being in a light room or a dark room. So have an awareness of the body connecting you to the world through your senses. Mind wants to keep thinking. And we're just letting those thoughts continue to arise. But we don't need to pay attention to them. We'll know if we do, if there's an emergency, if the house catches on fire or something happens that we need to attend to. We are being being present in the present moment. But everything doesn't need to be an alarm for us. So let the thoughts just come and go. Let the thoughts be the clouds going through your spacious sky, your mind. Remember, if it's really hard to stay with your breath, you can also count. Breathing in 1, breathing out 1, breathing in 2, out 2, in 3, out 3, 4, 4, 5, 5. Now go back to 1. So you can count each breath 2 beats in and out and go up to 5 complete breaths and then start over again. And if you can stay with the count, that can keep you with your breath, with the breath, and with the present moment. Then you'll know when you can just let that go. We're in the process of letting go of what we don't need. With each breath you breathe in, just be aware of breathing peace in. And as you breathe out, breathe peace out. Every breath we're aware of is bringing us to the present moment. Not our thoughts, not our thinking. They pull us into the future or into the past. So just be content with being with each breath. May I become at all times, both now and forever, a protector for those without protection, a guide for those who have lost their way, a ship for those with an ocean to cross, a sanctuary for those in danger, a lamp for those without light, a place of refuge for those who lack shelter, and a servant to all in need. By means of this meritorious deed, may I never join with the unwise, only the wise, until the time I attain Nibbana. So please just keep sitting if you have time. Keep taking in each breath, feeling you're breathing in peace, and exhale, sending out peace. and take care of yourselves. Take care of your loved ones. And I'll see you on Thursday. Thank you.